Good morning and welcome back to Log Cabin Firewood. Today is all about bundling. We're going to talk about bagging, we're going to talk about bundling, and we're going to talk about how I run my roadside stand and some of the improvements and modifications that are going to be upcoming in the next few months. So let's get to it. So one of the things I offer when I sell bulk wood is kindling bundles. And I just do 1 cubic foot bundles, and I use my Amish-made wrapper for that. And I still have to label these. I don't sell these currently at the stand yet. I might offer that here soon. But basically, when you order a cord from me, I give you 2 free bundles per cord. Actually, no, I think I gave the last guy 3. But these are my new labels. Mr. Ken Bauer from Ken's Cut actually designed this, and I kind of stole it from him. So thanks, Ken, and I appreciate you allowing me to use what you've already designed and just kind of brand it myself. But I have all the different options of species, and you can see this one says other, and my chicken scratch says kindling, and it's 1 cubic foot. Those are the requirements that Maryland State, the Department of Natural Resources requires that I put on my bundles that I sell, and I also have to have my license number. But yeah, this is the new label. I like them. Everything's on there. I also have a way to label my bags now. I'm not gonna be able to show you that today. I actually need to get the printer set up. But there was a guy on Facebook that I asked how he was labeling his, and he was kind enough to tell me how he was doing it. So I can show you that in a future video when I do some bags. A lot of this stuff here, I'd probably say half of this wheelbarrow I got from the Fellowship, which was, I forget when it was. Was it January this year? When we were going through and cleaning up, I asked Brad what he was doing with all these scraps. And he said, he didn't have time to go through and sort through it, that he was just going to take it to where he takes his stuff and it'll become mulch. And knowing me, I like to utilize everything and not let anything go to waste. I said, hey, do you mind if I take this stuff? He said, absolutely. So his loss, my gain. I might end up putting some of these in my bundle stand because I recently purchased the plans from Outdoors Engineer. He also has a YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys watch him. He built an awesome stand, and it has several different racks and options for putting your bundles in. He has a couple loose bins. He's got a couple bins where he can put bundled and bagged wood. And he also uses the Honest, the Honest Honor Box. I believe that's what the money box is. And I'm going to end up purchasing one of them as well. That's another local guy that, has reached out to a lot of YouTubers and has helped them out make their lock boxes a lot more sturdier and more safe for, an honor system. Thankfully, we haven't had any theft here. Knock on metal. Well, no, I guess I can knock on wood. I live in a pretty decent area. It's not always the case for everybody. I've heard horror stories from some people, and if I ever encounter some theft, those people must have needed the wood more than me. I mean, what else can you do? You can't hunt them down and say you got a backhoe, you'll make them disappear. That's I wouldn't advise anybody ever saying anything like that. And no, I'm a lover, not a fighter, so I don't have a backhoe. But this is all I do for my kindling bundles. You can probably also hear the construction workers next door. Sounds like they're screwing down some subflooring. So sorry if you guys hear that annoying whine. But they're making progress next door, which is great. I think my neighbors are planning on coming home right around Thanksgiving, which will be awesome, I miss my neighbors, especially when you have good neighbors. But I got my labels from Vistaprint, and that's pretty much where everybody gets theirs from. There's a few people that might use somebody local or they make them themselves. But this was just a standard flyer, and I got it on a little heavier paper with some gloss on it, just because, you know, that looks really good in my bundle. Maybe if I remember, I'll throw a picture up here of a delivery I made yesterday. Today's actually Labor Day. It won't be for you when you're watching this, but I'm out here just kind of piddling around because we have lunch plans with some friends later. Gonna go eat some seafood and have some crushes, because this weekend I have broke my diet because I started the carnivore diet Memorial Day weekend. I'm down 30 pounds, and I also stopped drinking. When I went on vacation, I actually did have a couple drinks, but you know, I don't know. The carnivore diet, if you want to stay strict, you should really avoid alcohol. But, you know, if I'm on vacation, I'm going to enjoy myself. So I'm taking a lesson from Lily's Farm and Firewood right here, since I'm in full sun at the moment. I'm now wrapping my bundles, my firewood bundles, and I happen to have an umbrella sitting around. I put myself in the shade. So thanks, Matt, over at Lily's Farm and Firewood, for this wonderful idea. And this is why I love social medias, because we can learn off of each other. So we did go ahead and get the kindling bundles wrapped up and ready. I got 12 of them. Like I said, I give a couple of these away for everybody that buys a cord from me. And then I have my cherry chunks here. And then this is my ash bundles, and the stuff in the bags is maple with bark on it. I do sell the bags the same price as I do the bundles, but I save my nice straight grain barkless ash for the bundles because it looks more presentable, in my opinion, in the bags. Yeah, the bags are cool. Everybody knows what it is, but when you're making square bundles like this with a handle and a label on them, it does look nicer when you have nice, pretty pieces. So today is all about bundles and bags. I went ahead and I got all the kindling wrapped up that I had, and I've been saving that kindling for I guess all year, because some of that was from Brad's fellowship at the furnace. But I'm probably going to start offering that at the stand as I get more stuff seasoned, and now that I have the axis, it is very easy to bust kindling up into pieces with that, especially if you have nice dry wood. I'll probably do $5 a bundle for 1 cubic foot kindling. Now all my other bundles and bags are $7 for one, or 3 for $20. I do have a wholesale price. If someone buys more than 20 bags or bundles, I'll do $5 a bag or bundle. But that's you know, that's on a case-to-case basis. Not a lot of people want to buy 20 bundles all at once. I do have a client that owns some RVs that he goes and rents out to campgrounds. So he has been offering firewood to his clients to already be at his campsite. And I'm wholesaling them to him, and he's upcharging him, and he's happy with what I'm charging him. So everybody's happy. And as far as the campgrounds don't like you to bring in other wood, you know, from other states or other locations, all the campgrounds are local to me. So it's not like I'm not transferring wood, or excuse me, he's not transferring wood any farther than we need to. Everything is within our legal limits. You do have to pay attention to that when you're selling wood, because of that emerald ash borer, and this right here is ash, so you got to be careful of that. Also, I think there's some regulations this year as well that everybody should be aware of with the spotted lanternfly. There are regulations with that you had to take a little course on with our Department of Natural Resources to be up to par with all that stuff. But you know, I think we lost the battle with both of those already anyway, but they're still trying. So the nylon webbing that I use here for my handles can be found on Amazon. It's nothing special. I think I get it in, what was I getting it in? It was a bunch of yards I was getting this in. And I I'm not doing anything different than everybody else does on YouTube. I learned how to do this by watching Brad from Firewood at the Furnace. Like, I'm pretty much mimicking everything that he does. He actually has a whole video on everything that you have here. Labels, the nylon webbing, the plastic wrap, where you can get it all. If I remember, I'll try to link that in this video as well, give him credit. But it's that time this year. This is what I'm doing, so that's why I'm recording it. So most everything that is sold out of my stand is in multiples of 3. So I went ahead and made 21 bundles. They started leaning a little bit to the right, but there's 21 there. Eventually I'm going to put another partition up here. That way I can keep some wrapped bundles, and then over here I can keep my bags. Now we're going to go through and make 18 more bags. So I got my 20 some wraps done with the Amish-made bundler, and now I'm on to the bagging station. This is the Wolferidge Bagging Station. This, in my opinion, when you have not so square pieces, just random regular firewood pieces, this is so much easier than wrapping. Because if you were putting this stuff in your wrapper, you would have to sit there and try and play Tetris to get some of these oddball pieces to actually fit in there. As to where this, you can just throw this stuff in. It kind of gets tight towards the end, but you put it in there, get you a bag, put your bag in there, flip it over, watch your feet, and you can throw it right here. Add an extra piece in here if you think you need one. Pull your drawstrings, tie this up, and you've got a bag. This is it takes a lot less steps to do it this way than it does wrapping. But when you have nicer wood, better premium wood, I think it does look nicer wrapped other than bagged. And this is a lot quicker too. So Wolferidge makes this in a 1 cubic foot barrel. They have a 0.75 cubic foot, and they also have I believe they have a 1.25 cubic foot barrel. I have the 0.75, and the 1 cubic foot is what I'm using now. I'm actually going to attempt something soon. I don't want to say soon, but maybe if I have some free time this winter, I want to try and make a stand so that I don't have to change these barrels out. Or I might even contact Wolferidge and just ask them to make me another stand. That way I don't showcase their product with something that I'm not a welder. That way I don't showcase their product with something you might think is theirs and it looks horrible, because again, I'm not a welder. But yeah, I picked this up at the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria. That's one thing. I've said it in my other videos. If you contact these companies, if they're going to a big logging show or an expo, if you want something and they have room on their truck, they'll put it on there and you don't pay shipping. You just show up and they've got their stuff there, or they've got your stuff there waiting on you. And that's what I did here. I contacted Wolferidge, and they had this sitting there waiting on me in Indiana, which is a good time. And definitely check out the Hoosier Firewood Hysteria if you're not familiar with that. That was a good event that we went to, where we were splitting wood for the veterans. It was Vietnam Veteran Memorial Campground, and once a year, annually, they all get together and have a huge shindig at that place, and that's where that's like the central meeting ground for all the Vietnam vets. Sadly, they've opened it up to, I don't mean sadly in a bad way, but sadly they've opened it up to other war veterans as well, because a lot of Vietnam vets aren't around anymore. We're getting to that time, it's decades later after Vietnam, and just people aren't around anymore. So they've opened it up to I believe they opened it up to Desert Storm vets as well. But it was a good thing, good cause. And Mike from K&L And Jinnin from 765 Guys, they play a huge role in putting that event together, and they do a great job. And next year for Hope, I'm going to try and do some raffles like Mike does for K&L. I need to start reaching out to some vendors and seeing if anybody would be willing to donate. I was asked to try and do a raffle for Hope this year, but I mean, by the time you see this, Hope will it would have been a couple weeks ago. But I was asked, I guess about 4 weeks before Hope actually happened, and I was like, dude, if I want to reach out to people, I got to have a couple months. That way vendors and people have time to think about if they'd like to donate to the cause, and maybe research it a little bit and make sure that it's a good image for their name, if they even choose to donate. But yeah, next year I think we'll do a little bit more for Hope. Have some more raffles, have some more fun stuff for everybody that shows up and helps out, and it will 100% all go to Hope. There won't be half of the proceeds, it will all go to Hope. It's so easy for me to start talking and get off topic here. But yeah, there is a disadvantage to bagging over bundling. These bags, after shipping, unless you're buying 5,000 of them at a time, and if you're buying 5,000 of at a time, you're still paying, 50 cents a piece. You got to put up a pretty big chunk of change right away and hope that you sell these. I'm still working on the 100 bags that came with this bagger. I think I've sold 49 bags this summer, since April. It's been so ungodly hot here this summer that bundle sales have been down. It's Labor Day It's Labor Day right now. This weekend was the first weekend my stand actually sold out. Like, I sold 21 bundles this weekend. That's why I'm making bundles. But yeah, so sales have been really down. So I haven't even recouped my money yet on this. So buying bags, what was I going to say? I believe with shipping, if you were to just buy 100 bags, they're right around the 70-cent mark. If you do the math on the wrapper, it costs about 30 cents per bundle. That's with your label, the wrap, and the handle, and your nails or your staples to use for the handles. It's right around 30 cents. Well, we got everything wrapped and bundled, what we wanted to get done today. We got the kindling wrapped first thing. The 6 bags of cherry smoker chunks are still sitting here, and I just tested them. They're about 25 to 28% moisture content right now, and that was pretty average throughout all 6 bags, so they're pretty close to going out. This is all ash that's wrapped. That one there is actually maple up top. That was one left over, so I just threw it up top so it goes out first. Then we have 24 bags that are just maple, but I'm all stocked up. Overtime's going to be plentiful coming up in the next week, and then I have Hope the following week because I'm a couple weeks ahead. But let's go look at the stand and we'll talk about the stand. So this is our little firewood stand. If the sun will get out of the camera. But it's right off the road. I've got the information on here, what needs to be there. I've got the pay box on the other side. It's loaded with 12 bags. But yeah, that's short, sweet, simple. It's painted to match the house. Sorry, the sun is like killing you. And it is right in our driveway. But I will try to put everything that I used in this video in the description as far as materials. Like I said, the wrapping, I totally copy all that 100% from Brad. Everything that he did, and he figured out. You know, I am just mimicking and I'm learning through others. You know, Brad is a peer of mine, so it is good to learn from other people and, you know, follow in their footsteps and their image. So we sell a great product just like he does, and he's 7 miles away. So, you know, it's nice that he allows me to sell bundles too. But Brad and I kind of came to the same realization that we are not competitors to each other. And he told me, because I actually approached him when I first started selling firewood, since I'm so close to him. I said, look, dude, you know, I'm kind of selling firewood too. Is that going to be a problem? He said, dude, you are in no way competition to me. You know, he's got his clientele already started. I'm still developing mine. And, you know, hopefully one day I can, you know, be just as big as him. But there's enough people around here burning wood recreationally as well as for heat that there's enough on the table where we can all benefit from our labor. But like I said, I'll put everything that I used here in the description of this video. If you've got any questions, leave them down in the comment. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you back here next Saturday, 6:30 a.m. Take care of each other.